Hi, this is Military Model Paul with a build alongside kit I'm going to be doing this year. I mean, I have gaps when me and Greg I've finished before Greg, or whichever, if that happens. I'm going to be building this as a sort of a side build, and you will get updates on it as I go through. When if I've got anything substantial to report or do, I will actually make a quick update to show you it. And as you can see, it's a Kittenkrad, and it's 1/9 scale, so it's quite big. It's most probably as big on sitting on your bench as say a mouse, 1/35 mouse. Might be slightly bigger, but in a similar vein. And so looking forward to this one as well, because it's one of my favourite motorcycles. I rode motorcycles for years, but obviously just the two-wheel version. But I've seen this at Paddock Wood, which was where they call the War and Peace show, and also it was down at I'm trying to think of it. Oh crumbs! Towards and Hive anyway, but there's one place there, I will remember it later on. But anyway, the War Piece moved to there for a few years, and I've seen one moving around there as well, riding around. But the one I remember the most was at Paddock Wood War and Peace, because it was flying by quite a bit, and it looked fantastic. It had two people sitting in the back and a person around, and one of the it was one that was riding around they had all the uniforms on and all, so it was really interesting. Anyway, let's get back to this. The kit number, as you can see, is 7404. It's an ITALERI kit, which I think it was originally a Dragon or an Eschi. I think it was an Eschi, but not sure. I can have to look at that later on. But still, it's been brought out again, and it's got working tracks, a nice detailed engine for the size, and obviously everything that you can want on there. There may be bits you can add later on, I don't know. I'll have a look when we start doing the build. But it's an interesting kit, and I do like it. And as I said, they're still operational, a lot of them now running around. So ideal was a small hauler of a small anti-tank gun, but also used with big brackets on the side for laying telephone cables. So for laying out between lines, so it was communication vehicles, so it was used by the engineers. So it's quite good for that. Also, towards the end of the war, the Luftwaffe used them to pull around 262 jets, using this so they didn't use so much fuel, using this bike in that situation. Right, here we go then. So I'm not going to open any packets, I'm just going to show you what's in the box, and here we go. Right, the first thing you see, oh yeah, I must show you what's on the box side. Dan's going to come in to, yeah, it does, yeah, there you go. That's the actual version you can build. I'm going to be going for this one, I think. And there's bits of tools and stuff on the side of that one. And on the other side, you've got really good shots of the actual vehicle. There you go. So nice looking. You can see the engine in there detail. It's going to be a really nice looking thing. There's one at Bompton. I've took photographs down inside of it as well, and because they've got a runner, I think it's a runner there as well. So there you go. It looks nice. There we go. So on the side, it's just basically the same bits and pieces. So here we go. There's the instructions. Just going to go through it, but when I'm building this, I'll show you the instructions as I work through the kit, and that's what I'll do with this side. Build along the kit. Well, the first thing you've got obviously is all the actual sprues laid out. The tire, that's a bit of rope or rubber pipe for doing the actual control feeds from the steering handlebars down to the actual engine. And you've also got springs involved, and these springs for the actual suspension that actually works in this one. So the bit I'll be doing first is obviously page 1 and 2, and what I might do is I get up as far as number 4 and then do a thing. And I'm going to write this in here before I put it all away. Right in here to do an update video here, so that it will down here, so I know I've got to do one. And that's what I'll do, like a little reminder. Going through more, building the actual bits and pieces up. Battery, you get a battery, and there's some cables for that as well. They're plastic cables by the looks of it, but you can actually add to that so the cable goes out and disappears somewhere, because you need it to go somewhere, to the transmission or something. So we'll have a look at that. On the other side, the engine again. Quite a well detailed engine when you think about it. Come up a bit further, it gives it a bit more. There you go. See, even the springs. There's springs for the seat. That's 2 big springs you saw earlier on. There we go. Lots of details. I might even build the tracks up first, so they're actually built. So, and you can always phone them up and do them as well first. But there you go. Headlight. I think on the Eschi kit they used to have just the one where it's the split, so you've got the actual headlight cover with a split in it. You might still have it on this kit, I don't know whether it's still there. We'll soon find out, but it doesn't mention it there anyway. Then you've got all the details and bits and pieces here. They've got a cabinet underneath here for putting your tools, which you get, evidently you get the tools, so that's quite nice. And a bit of spare room. And on the back, we're getting to the finishing when you're putting the tracks on, and the mud flaps I mentioned earlier. Yep, that's good. And the machine gun, water bottle, binoculars, and 3 helmets. And even got the internal bits and pieces of the helmets. You can see these little straps. It's good. And there's a version I'll be doing, like I said there. It's quite a nice version of it. That one was interesting as well, but no, I'm not going to go with camouflage. And that one for winter as well. No, a winter one. So quite nice for winter if you want it. But not me. No. Right, I'm just going to put this behind me, and then I'll just show you without actually physically. Yeah, but there's the parts. I think you can see that they're quite nice, and there's the glass bits inside. Now because it's getting double wrapped, it's a little bit blurry, but it looks nice, and it looks clear when I look at it. It's just a plain through, so that's nice. As you can see, it's all sealed. These are the rubber bits for the seats, and there's some straps for the helmets. There's 3 helmet straps, definitely. They are for the helmets. Might be better to make something up with a little bit of leather actually. But there you go. This is the front forks. The actual headlight, the night light really shines it down the ground. Front wheels for the motorcycle. No spokes, it's just actually solid. And then you've got the road wheels. And as you can see, the road wheels are quite big. There you go. And there's a headlight in 2 parts. But okay, because you can clean that up this size quite nicely. Then you've got some of the upper frame of the bike, and the front plate you've got there, you can see. It's quite nice. As you say, I'll show you these. You'll see these built up as we go. These are side doors that actually open up on it. There's one on either side. There's the other one. They actually open up. One's for the battery compartment, one's for a little small one for the battery. One's for the battery compartment, yeah, and one's for the actual, just a bit of storage. Yeah, so you can see, and on the other side, it's just the back of bits and pieces. Back of the engine by the looks of it. Yeah, because there's the engine in the back, you can see the engine at the back. I was going to undo the bags, but I thought no, it's best to keep them sealed until you use them. This is the last 2 spurs. These are the large ones, and as you can see, that's the size the bike's going to be. So you can see what I mean by about the size of a mouse, but it might be a bit higher than a mouse, obviously because of the actual scale, but it's going to be in a similar vein. And on the other side, there's the 3 helmets I said, machine gun, and bits pieces there. That's the inside of the helmets. Looks really well detailed. That'd be like a leathery colour. The Vallejo colours, pan brushing, becoming really nice for that. Yeah, so there you go. I'm just going to hold on to this. Here's the tyre. It's really nice. It's got all the writing you can on the tyre. It looks like it would have had. Oops, sorry, that not the camera. Got it on a overhanging. And then you've got the springs, the seat springs plus the suspension springs. You can see. And then you've got. I'll take that colour off. Italia's that way up. Yep, that's it. And there is the actual decals. Look very nice. A winter one with that camouflage one with a horse would look nice, but I'm going to go with the one I said at the first place. And you can see the actual dials at the top there. That's it, they're in better register there. There you go. So I'll put that over the top. I should put some of these things back in there now. And it's definitely that in. I'm going to put it all back. There you go. It's not going to fit perfectly because we're going out of patterns. Even though they're going in the right order, I'm not very out of pattern. There, that's a little bit better. And that one on top. And then you've got the tracks, which I'll most probably do first as one of the first things I build. And there you go, the instructions on top. And just to show you what I did, this was up the side of the box. That's the side of the box. There you go. And it's the same the other end. Keep doing that. Oops. Sorry, I'm knocking my camera off the tripod. I'm going to have to put weight on it to hold it down. I have got one. Not hold it down, but hold it in place. There you go. So that's the reason I come under it, because I've got the tripod with it and the boom out. So there you go. So that's what she's going to be, and that's going to be by Build Along through throughout this year, and hopefully I've got it finished by the end of the year. And if it doesn't, it'll slide into the next, but hopefully. But that's and is it. That's Kittenkred 1/9 scale kit number 7404, and it's the Italia kit. Thank you very much for watching, and look out for little updates that I do through the year. Thank you very much. Happy modelling.